Welcome back. It's been 3 months since the last update video, the last build video. Was really intending to do a wee bit more of these, but just life gets in the way. Busy with work, busy with racing, busy fixing the car as usual. Not an awful lot of updates to share. It's been more maintenance for the car, more fixing problems, a few DNFs due to mechanical failures. A few new things behind me. We've got a new trailer. This is just for taking all the stuff back and forth to Knock Hill. Was getting a bit too much hassle trying to squeeze everything in the car. Either pinching my mum's 7-seater C-Max or using my other half's car, the Civic Estate. It just wasn't practical anymore. So to make life easier, Auto Build Trailers in Kirkcaldy. Paid them a wee visit. Got this cracking trailer behind me, so it's perfect now for taking all the supplies up to Knock Hill, tyres, tools, you name it. Makes a good wee shelter as well for up at Knock Hill. If it's raining, it's nice to have someplace dry to stay. So yeah, like that's probably the newest and best addition. Yeah, I think last time I done a video 3 months ago was talking about having a wee crunch in the gearbox. I'll come on to that shortly. The gearbox has been out a few times since then actually. But yeah, the racing's been going well this year. Thankfully tied in the championship, even after a few DNFs. So that's been, been lucky that it's been quite even. Took a couple of recent wins. We had a recent TCR weekend up at Knock Hill, which was a fantastic event. BRSCC were up. I entered the Evolution Trophy with them as well, which is a mixed grid similar to Mod Sports. It's 4 different series that all race together, new series that have just started this year. So I entered under the Cook Sport Cup. Took 2 nice wins and a P3 overall in the first race, which was great against some really fast cars. Clio's definitely still lacking some pace in a straight line. The recent upgrades with the cams and the map that Mac Motorsport and Dundee carried out has definitely helped the car. Wee bit better out of the corners. Still missing a bit grunt on the straights at the very end, but yeah, definitely helping. It's more even with the cars that were just marching away before, so it's helped a little bit. But the cars I was racing across the TCR weekend, it's Golf Cup cars that were 260 brake, some more than that in the open class that they've got. But it's really good fun. I've yet to post all the videos. I think I've posted one of the races. I've still got another 2 to post. So yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing them with you. Some nice overtakes, definitely driving the car well, elbows out, and yeah, having some really good races. So it's been good. It's been fun. The car unfortunately has let me down a few times now this year. In particular the gearbox. So the last video, like I say, I was talking about crunching in third, and the third synchro just gone again. As people with the tailfold box will know, they're quite weak. They definitely don't like being rushed through the gears. The 0.1 shifter really doesn't help that. It's a fantastic piece of kit and I love it. I wouldn't have the car without it, but it doesn't help when you're encouraged to go through the gears quickly, and the box doesn't like it. So the box was out maybe end of April, I think. At that time, did consider going a dog box. Pure Motorsport do a good kit. It's not cheap. It is probably half the price in a sequential box, and it definitely is going to get rid of the synchros. But I made the decision at the time not to go for that. But I did go back to a gripper final drive, which I'm really enjoying. The car feels nice and peppy again. That's also helping out the corners. Being able to get away up the straight so you get quicker before the fast cars catch them at the end of the straight. So yeah, done that. Also put a lightweight flywheel on, again just helping the car rev a bit freer, and then got the box rebuilt and put it all back in. Was all going well until the last time out there, race 4 out of 5 for me across the weekend, and yeah, didn't go to plan. So this is currently the parts missing from the car. Not too sure what's failed first. The slave cylinder, I thought it was that had gone initially. Just lost the clutch pedal and it started crunching every gear. It turns out the reason I couldn't press the clutch pedal was because the clutch disc is actually, yeah, it's broken. The cage that retains the springs has come apart. Like I said, I don't know what's failed first. The clutch release bearing was quite noisy, so I don't know if that's failed and then it's been a knock-on effect. I'm not too sure. But unfortunately, what's happened is, I'll show you this here. So, yep, clutch disc, that's definitely broken. Unfortunately, because that's happened, it's obviously put uneven pressure on the clutch plate against the flywheel, which, as you can see, has left lots of quite severe heat spots. You can actually feel some of the marks, unfortunately, especially these ones here. So a wee bit gutted that that's happened, that there's damage there. Also, this is what a third gear synchro ring should look like with all these teeth, and as you can see here, mine has 0 teeth again. So yeah, all in bits, not for the first time. So I'm actually not too sure what way to go with the car just now. Like I said, a bit gutted that it's damaged the flywheel. It's only been on the car for maybe 5 events. So currently trying to get prices for that to get grinded, because the hot spots go really hard. It's, you know, it's not just like any material you can just pop in a lathe. It has to be done with a proper grinding stone. So I phoned a few places, contacted a few places, trying to just get a few prices. Don't really want to go and buy a new flywheel to put on. I thought I had the standard flywheel somewhere, but I don't. I've obviously chucked it out. So I'm not too sure what direction to go with the car. Obviously, this is not the first time the box has been out. It's now, I've lost count how many times it is. It's always the same, not always the same issue. I mean, I've had the slave cylinder fail before. I've had a clutch disc, disintegrate before as well, which was a standard one. That's an uprated one, which again is a wee bit annoying. It has been in the car now for a wee while, so I've had good use out of it, and it's maybe just been damage along the way. The box has been in and out so many times now. There's maybe been something misaligned, or I don't know. I honestly don't know. But the long and short of it all is broken again, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix it cheaply and just get the car out for the last 4 rounds of mod sports, because we are tied on points. We've had a lot of rounds already, and to be tied on points going into the last round is great, with the last 4 rounds. So one weekend to go, so it's kind of all to play for. But I'm at the point now where I've spent so much money and time and effort on the box, coming in and out and getting fixed and synchros and clutches and the new flywheel and stuff, that I really don't know if I want to now put any more funds into it to fix it again, for it potentially just to come out for next year. Seriously looking at different options for next year. It's no secret that I've spoke about the K20 SOPs before. It's something I've looked at, and I've been looking at even more so recently. I think from a reliability point of view, it's definitely the way to go. more power as well, which keeping a K20, some people have said go K24, you know, which would be great, but it would change the class it would be in as well. Keeping it K20 means it stays in the class that I'm wanting to, and I really want to kind of stay in that class because hopefully next year my teammate from Track Rally Scotland will be competing in mod sports as well, and that would be great. You know, we'll have good fun doing that, and hopefully try and get to some events down south as well. I was really hoping for the tail end of this year to get down to one of the other Evolution Trophy races, maybe Snetterton. I think they've got Croft as well, which is after mod sports is all finished. Obviously mod sports is the thing that I should be focusing the time on because it's the championship that I've done, a full championship. The Cook Sport Cup that I entered a few weeks ago, I just entered as a guest as well, so I wasn't taking points off anyone. I think that was fair. Still got some nice trophies, which was great. Add to the trophy cabinet. But yeah, didn't want to take points off anyone because I'm not doing a full season. So yeah, kind of a bit of a crossroads with the car. Not really sure whether to just continue with this year, but like, you know, put a standard clutch in it. Hopefully it will last for the 4 races. It should. And either get the flywheel fixed or try and get a standard flywheel to put on it, just to keep the cost down. Also need to renew my subscription for the transponder, which is just a wee bit annoying with, you know, a couple of races left to go this year. So trying to weigh up just now whether it's worth spending the money just to do the last 4 rounds of mod sports, or just to say, you know what, I've spent enough, let's just put the funds towards K20s, K20 parts, and you know, the money I'm going to spend fixing this, I could probably have the engine mounts and maybe even shafts, depending on, you know, if I go for another lightweight flywheel or not. So yeah, I don't know what to do. Any suggestions would be welcome. K20, boost it, K24, and just do track days. I don't know. Sell it and get a C1, or buy 2 C1s. I've actually spoke about that as well. That it'd be, you know, a wee 1 make series with very little maintenance and things like that. Would be quite fun. Yeah, I could sell the car and probably buy and build 2 C1s and still have change. You know, get a car transporter as well for the daily, and yeah, just do it that way. Getting a wee bit annoyed still driving the car back and forth to Knockhill. Don't really have the space to have a car transporter, and the car I'm using, I've got a 3 Series that I've commandeered. It's not got a massive towing capacity, so did tow the car back a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, like on the limit for the weight wise. So yeah, a bit indecisive and not really knowing what to do with it. I've had the car a long time now. Don't really want to just bin it all off because it's been problematic. Love the way the car handles, brakes very well, quite comfortable with the car, but I'm getting a wee bit tired of DNFs because the car brakes. I'd be much happier if it was me making a mistake, and it's because I'd, you know, been silly, made a silly move, or, you know, just run out of talent. I would be able to live with that more. But when it's the car that lets you down, it's a wee bit harder to take, especially when you're on for good results and, you know, having a good time racing. So yeah, improvements need to be made. The only other thing I've done actually is painted the floor black. The car was needing a wee bit of freshen up inside. Just give it a quick coat of Hammerite. It's not perfect, it needs to actually be done again, and everything removed to make it proper neat. But yeah, that's really the only other thing I've done. I did have a wee shot of a nice wee digital dash. Wee shout out to Alistair for giving me a wee shot. So looking at potentially going for a small digital dash, doing some testing. That last time I was up at Knockhill. That's the kind of only standard part inside that I would like to get rid of, is the clocks. Obviously, if I was trailing the car back and forward, it then negates the need for some other bits and pieces, but depending on what happens engine wise, it might end up having a different lumen anyway. So yeah, the car's changed looks wise a little bit as well. Some wee dents there from rubbing his racing. Bigger track car aero on the door, and Osborne Motors, who are based in Dunfermline. Michael Osborne Jr. is doing Time Attack this year. He's had a wee bit of car issues, just a fresh build over the winter, and trying to get the car dialed in, but he's looking really quick from the laps he has done, so looking forward to seeing how he goes. Osborne Motors is his dad's garage in Dunfermline, do all sort of car maintenance, so yeah, check them out if you're in the area. And that's it, really. Not much else to bring, not much else to update you on. That's now a wee 60-minute video, so I won't bore you anymore. And yeah, catch you next time.